Alright, come on. I know it takes a while. I have got a lot to say. I've got a lot to talk about. And I need to do it in a hurry. Come on, 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 come on in, come on in, come on in. We got stuff. We got papers. We got tons of papers. Tons of papers. Look at the papers. I hate papers. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And well, I might wait just another minute. Another minute. Because I want to go through all this really fast because I still have stuff that I need to do. So I'm sitting in front of the Campbell County Court Clerk's office, and I just filed. We're talking about okay, let me get it together here. We're talking about Campbell County, where I have a case. My neighbor filed a case for a 4th class misdemeanor dog at large charge on me. So I'm working on that today. I've been busy the last couple days, and I'm at the court clerk's office, and I just got done filing. I'm gonna tell you all about it. So, but what I wanted to tell you is that on the weekend, or no, sometime I got served with what they call is a preliminary protective order, okay, from my neighbors. So my neighbors, they did get one. Remember, they tried to get one before and they didn't get it? Well, this time they got it. But I want to and again, I wasn't served with their affidavit, but I called and I got their affidavit. And I'm going to tell you what they said. Look at this handwriting. Chicken scratch. I'm going to tell you what it says because I am horrified. Horrified at what it says. They said I did. It says, she was telling my 5-year-old granddaughter, wish you and your grandparents would die. When your grandparents go out, I hope your house burns down with your dog in it. She also was on Facebook telling people, using our name and making false statements. We came home at 9:55 and she was making something undesirable or something comments. Me, wife, and 5-year-old granddaughter. Okay. I just went to the prosecutor's office to try to talk about this because I'm filing charges for falsifying court documents. I'm going to try. I'm going to see what I can do because this is horrific. This is stuff of nightmares. A 5-year-old? You think I would talk to a 5-year-old like that? The only thing I've said to those people in weeks is I've said to the 5-year-old, quit taunting the dog. Because she taunts the dog to get it to come over in the yard so she can scream and yell and put on a show for her grandparents and get them all wound up at me. So the only thing I've said is stop taunting the dog. The only thing I've said to the wife is, I'm sorry because Annika crossed over the property line because the granddaughter was taunting. So the only thing I've said to Lee is, I'm sorry, but she was taunting her and she needs to quit. That's all. Now, I haven't said anything directly to, yes, I have said some stuff directly to Victor, but nothing illegal, no threats of harm. He says all kinds of crazy stuff to me. No threats of harm. So anyway, I have this protective order. So I went in today to file to file a motion to amend this preliminary protective order because it says I can have no contact whatsoever. So I'm asking for an amendment so that I can be able to mail legal papers, because otherwise I can't effectively participate in these proceedings, correct? So I filed that motion. I filed so many motions and papers today. Um, but there's no judge here today, so I couldn't get it heard. So I have court on Monday on their protective order against me. So on Monday I'll file a protective order for Annika. I'm filing for a protective order for Annika, but the judge wasn't here. So this is so that's oh, and the district attorney told me I have to go report the crime at the sheriff's department, which is fine, because I have to go over there because I have FOIA requests to drop off over there anyway. So then, here's my FOIA request. I want to see if any of you can think of anything else that I forgot. Nobody's speaking at all. How come nobody's talking to me? Haven't even said hi, good morning, you're a dumb bitch, nothing. Okay, FOIA request to Campbell County Sheriff's Department. How many calls to service have you received to the address blank, 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 in the last 4 years, and what were they for? Number 2, please provide any information that exists regarding calls from and or relating to, and I list both of our addresses, both of their names, my name, and then the granddaughter, from March 1st, 2026 to the present and ongoing. This information to include, but is not limited to, telephone recordings, memos, reports, emails, deputy notes, and anything else that exists regarding the above. Respectfully submitted. Can you guys think of anything that I forgot? Just, I mean, anything that you can think of that might be helpful in these cases. Hi, Tricky. I know but they're not going to chase me away. They're not, but they are ruining it for me. They are totally pieces of shit, actually. So, yeah, I did a motion to amend the record because my name wasn't even spelled right. So I had, thanks, Julie. So I had to, I called the court clerk, of course. What do I need to do to get the record amended to have my right name on it? The thing is that the plaintiffs put my name right on their application. So it has to be a clerk area. Okay, that's in Tricky. That's in my discovery. Now, it makes sense because those guys didn't want anything to do. It was a gay couple, from what I'm gathering, that lived there, a male gay couple. And so, of course, redneck, mega, outback Virginia, you know, I'm sure it wasn't easy for them. But and I know because when I moved in, everybody had to give me a side eye and tell me a little bit about it. Anyway, there was dumping all along the property line when I moved in. All along the property line. Well, when I first talked to my neighbor, I'm not going to use names. When I first talked to the neighbor, they said to me, I need to clean up around that doghouse. There's a little doghouse, you know, in my backyard towards right on the property line. It's weird, but it's right on the property line. And he had dumped a lot of limbs and yard refuse and trash there. So he did. He went and cleaned that up. And then the area that we're talking about right now that has all the poison and stuff there, I cleaned it up. Over the last 2 summers, I cleaned it up, all the refuse that he had thrown there. So now he's just building it up again. But this makes me think that, yes, there were problems with the previous owners, maybe. Okay, so we have the motion to amend the record. Let's see, we talked about the PPO. We talked about, I'm trying to get a PPO for Annika. I included a statement in support. See, all fancy, statement in support. And I included photos, pictures and photographs with arrows and whatever on the back of each one. Photos of the trash. Photo of the trash. Photo of the dog at the VA hospital. Okay, that's that. What is that? That's my application for a PPO on Annika. Statement talks about me witnessing him swinging sticks at her, yelling at her, kicking at her. Okay, let's put the PPO back here. You guys, I've been out of the game for too long. And I didn't want to do it. I did not want to do it at all. What am I missing here? I'm missing something. Motion for order to amend the record. I already submitted last week my this is a funny story, you guys. Where's the stuff that goes to the sheriff's office now? I'm losing it. I'm losing it, y'all. I got more, and I got more. I blocked the person that was harassing me on Facebook Messenger. I blocked them. So I got more messages from another person. More threatening messages from another person. But they're not threatening enough, like threatening life and harm. They're vague. They're like, you don't know who you're messing with, and you better da 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 da. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm losing it right now because I just put all this paperwork in the wrong place. This is the PPO. You guys, can you, it just sickens me that they could even make up that I would say those things to a 5-year-old. Who thinks that stuff up? But you know what happened is they came and tried to get a PPO and were denied, but they got an education about what it is they needed they got an education about what it is they needed to say to get one granted. Okay, right? I'll tell you what else I got. Okay, so they have that PPO. I got the motion to amend the PPO so I could mail documents. I've sent them a cease and desist letter. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Blank and family, blank, 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 and blank. This letter will serve as notice for you to cease and desist the following behavior. 1. Dumping on my property. Do not throw, bounce, or place anything upon my property, including poison of any kind, tree limbs and yard refuse, rotten food, or any other item or substances. This creates an unhealthy and dangerous environment for me, Annika, and my grandchildren. Number 2, molesting, assaulting, yelling at, calling names, barking at, whistling at, swinging toys at, throwing items at Annika. In addition, teasing and taunting and blowing noisemakers at her when she is not on your property. This creates a defensive stance and attitude and confusion in the service dog and creates difficulty in training, depriving me of the services of the dog. To be clear, in print, this is in a thingy, a quote, a bracket. To be clear, I do not care if you blow the horn at her if she is on your property, or an alarm that would go off if she crosses the property line. Keep in mind there may be an easement on your property on the east side of the cemetery. Number 3, having noisemakers that go off randomly day and night, creating loss of sleep and anxiety and triggering my PTSD. Number 4, accusing and representing both verbally and to others and written, including in official court documents and on social media, that I am involved in illegal and immoral activities, i.e., prostitute, whore, arsonist, murderer, bitch, devil, demon, and Satan. These allegations consist of defamation per se. Well, stretching it a little, but the illegal, arson, murder, prostitution, that's defamation per se. Continuing to, I didn't complete the sentence. So it says, contributing to extreme anxiety and elevated PTSD symptoms. Number 5, threatening and harassing me in person and on social media, having third parties contact, threaten, and harass me on social media. Again, causing fear, anxiety, and elevated PTSD symptoms. Number 6, damaging, accosting, or molesting my property, i.e., cutting caution tape. All of these behaviors have created a hostile and dangerous living environment and have deprived me of the peace and sanctity of my own property, caused me extreme stress and anxiety, and have made it even more difficult to leave my own home. These activities have been discussed with my VA mental health team, and they encourage me to take legal steps much sooner. I have been reluctant to do so, and every time I am quiet, you all do something else to me to escalate the situation. Let this letter serve as a notice that if these behaviors continue, I will be forced to pursue legal actions to include, but not limited to, attempting to kill or harm my dog, libel and slander, defamation per se, illegal dumping, intentional infliction of emotional distress. Okay, so there's my cease and desist letter. Yeah, Tricky, you're right. Okay, I'm going back. Hold on. So just like riding a bike, you got it. It's been kind of positive for me because it has boosted my confidence that I still can do it even though I don't want to. You are a protected class. Shouldn't this be a hate crime? Yeah. Provoking and instigating are 2 words you could have included. Yeah. I tried to think. I get very wordy, verbacious. Lori, I'm glad you're here. No, court for the preliminary protective order that they filed on me is Monday. I went to file for a protective order for Annika, but there's no judge here today. They're closed tomorrow, and I have court on Monday, so I'm going to file that paperwork on Monday. So, I was going to tell you the story about my first, I sent out my first request for discovery, right? And, so there was this one morning recently, the morning I got served with the PPO, and this is the first time I've been aggravated with the sheriff deputy that came to serve something to me because he banged on my glass door. He did the cop bang. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And I was sitting right by the door on the couch. I'm like, why'd you have to knock? Why'd you have to knock so hard? And of course, they got to read. I'm like, no, I can read. That's good. Well, I have to read it to you. What statute is that? Okay, then. And he throws it at me. Anyway, all it says is, oh, I mean, I could read you the PPO, I guess. Let's see. You guys, I've got my paperwork all screwed up now. So bad. This goes in here. And I just got it straightened out in there. Okay, this is the one they sent to me. Oh, it just says, prohibits acts of violence, force, threat, or criminal offenses that may injure somebody or property, prohibiting contact with the petitioner, and that's it. And then they said that I can't buy or transport a firearm while this is pending. Okay, this is the one that, oh, this, I'm sorry, y'all, this, here we go. This goes in the other file. This goes in the other file. Okay, this goes in here. This goes in here. So on Annika's, on my statement, I included at the bottom, it says, I have no doubt that if Victor, oh, no name, gets the chance, he will harm, kill, or maim my dog. It is also important to note that Mr. Nose does not have any livestock. I am working on fences and privacy walls, but I cannot fence my entire property. She is not a vicious dog. And then I have pictures, videos, vlog entries, and journal entries to back up my allegations. All right, so that's the Annika PPO stuff. Okay. I don't know what I did with my FOIA request now. There's the cease and desist. I entered a motion for order to amend the record. I told you that. Okay, so I got served with the PPO. A couple hours after that, and I was told, you guys, to go from the county seat, which is Rustburg, Virginia, to mail, certified mail, to Gladys. It took a week, y'all, because it has to go to Greensboro, North Carolina or something first. It took forever. So I knew it was Tuesday. Okay, there it is. It was Tuesday because I knew that he was probably going to get his paperwork on Tuesday. So a couple hours after the sheriff left, I got a call that was no name Virginia number. So I went ahead and answered it, and it was some man, and he's like, who is this? I'm like, you called me. Who is this? Well, I'm trying to figure this out. What is going on with this? I said, well, who are you trying to call? Are you a lawyer? I said, no. You don't have anything to do with the law firm. No. It's not a law firm. Who are you trying to get a hold of? Well, I got this phone number. This lady handed me this paper with this phone number on it. Well, what lady? What paper? How'd you get my phone number? Well, what about J. Matt Pruitt? I said, this is J. Matt Pruitt. I said, how did you get my phone number? What paperwork? Oh, I gotta go. Oh, and he did. He told me, I asked him his name. I'm like, what's your name? And he said his name was Jimmy Noam. Noam. He told me that. Jimmy Noam. And I used Spokio, the website Spokio, to do a reverse number search. And the number is registered to my neighbors. So it was them. So they got their request for discovery and flipped out. They don't know what to do with it. Okay, let me get back to comments here. Sounds like you covered all in the request. I wonder if the previous, yeah. Just like riding a bike, you got it. The a-hole next door didn't count on your being a lawyer. It seems like I told him, Patriot Lady, it seems like I have had that conversation with them. I have advised them on how to handle some of their debt problems, and but maybe they didn't believe me or don't remember or whatever. I don't know. Okay, so provoking protected class. Yes, it's a temporary PPO right now, and I got to go to court on Monday. And I'll have to file my motion to amend it. Oh, well, that's stupid because, yeah, I wanted her to amend it today so I could mail things. But if it's Monday, okay. Anyway, here we go. Yes, I'm getting ready for court. Limiting gun ownership from a PO that hasn't even been heard in court and invokes no threats of violence using a gun is BS. It is. Now, they didn't take it. All they said is I can't purchase one and I can't transport one. But guaranteed it's still under my pillow. Hi Oomph. Hi everybody. Hi Bob. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, so yeah, so he contacted me after I got served with a no contact order, right? Stupid. I have filed a motion to dismiss. The summary of my argument on the motion to dismiss, and this is on the criminal charge, the dog at large charge. Oh my God. Flag waving. Flag waving. Essentially, the summary of my argument is defendant asserts that the warrant is insufficient, overly vague, and incorrect on its face. In addition, the state statute is overly vague. These two issues would make it impossible for the average citizen to know how to defend themselves. And then I state out why, in more detail, why I believe that. One of them is, look, the warrant states that the defendant is charged with violating state statute section 4.3. Through my research, it appears to me that state statute 4.3 applies to penalties and procedures in dealing with alcoholic beverages. I believe that the intended statute would be Campbell County Code 4.3. Again, making the warrant incorrect, insufficient, confusing, and very difficult for the average citizen to defend. There's more. There's more. I don't want to read them all to you because I have a second request. No, they don't have a lawyer, Tricky. And I'm telling you, they're overwhelmed already. Wait till they get this stack. Maybe they went to talk to a lawyer today. I don't know. He was gone a long time this morning. Second request for discovery and inspection. So I asked for more stuff, some stuff that I forgot in the other one. Yeah. And then I have the motion to compel, for an order to compel discovery. And I had to file this early. Like they got the thing on Tuesday, so that's really not much time to, you know, comply with discovery, but this motion has to be in 10 days prior to the trial, which would be this weekend. So I went ahead and filed it, and, you know, I can dismiss it if they have complied with discovery by then. Signed with the bloody thumbprint, the mark of a woman. What? Look, if there was a man living there, if there was a big old mega man living there, he would not be acting like this. Because I'm a single woman, he thinks he can bully me. And I have a friend down in Florida who's a single woman and has a piece of property and has turned it into a beautiful pheasant farm and garden, and she's going through similar things with her neighbors. Most of the cases have been dismissed now in her favor, but I mean, it's still terrible. She's still being harassed. And in the meantime, she got the cops knocked through her door, came in her house, knocked her down, gave her a concussion, arrested her. Then at one time, she did 6 days in jail. Now, so the fact that all this shit is getting dismissed now doesn't take back that trauma of what she went through. Why? Why do these people... I'm tired of being bullied. I'm not being bullied anymore. I'm not. So we're doing it through paperwork. If that's all I got, that's all I got. Police. Popo. I submitted the defendant's first potential witness list. Let's see, is that it? I think that's it. So how many is that? I filed for a PPO, 1. I filed the cease and desist letter, 2. I filed a motion to amend their PPO, 3. Okay, and then we got the motion for order to amend. Is that 4? Are we on 4? We've already done 1 discovery. Motion to dismiss, that's around 6. Second request for discovery, 7. Motion for order to compel, 8. Potential witness list, 9. Okay. So that's it. I think I need to get reorganized because in my flurry of trying to talk to you guys, I've made a mess out of my documents and I have to get them back in order. And then I'm going to run over to the sheriff's department, which is right on the other side of the courthouse, and file my FOIA requests and try to make a report. Oh, here they are, the FOIA requests, and try to make a report on the falsifying of court documents. So yeah, you guys send me, keep sending me some energy, positive vibes. Think of me on Monday. I'll let you know what happened. I would talk to you more, but I just don't have service. So, I think I'm gonna eat them alive. I don't know. I think they're going to be very confused. A 6-foot-tall privacy fence on their side of the yeah, Lori, they should put up a fence, and that's what I told animal control. I said they could put up a fence. because we don't have a fencing or a leash law in Campbell County in Virginia. We don't have that. And it's common in our neighborhood that all the dogs go to each other's yards to play. I have specific permission from my other two neighbors. Lori, the court clerk, when she finally realized I was trying to get a protective order for the dog, you should have seen her face. The surprise only lasted for a second because she's very professional. She's a very professional lady. But yeah, I was like, well, she's like, well, are you sure you don't want to talk to the victim's advocate? I said, no, I don't want to talk to them. I already have. I want this to be filed. Either it's granted or it's not, but I want it filed. I filed a copy of the cease and desist letter with both pending cases. That way the judge will be able to take a gander at it if she so desires. Oh, fuck. I forgot to request subpoenas. I have to go back in there and request subpoenas. And then go to the sheriff's department. So, yeah. Okay. Peace out for now. Oh, and the fence. We were talking about the fence. Um, they should build themselves a fence, but I am building privacy walls and fences. So we got a whole trailer load of pallets. Today I'm going to get the 2x4s, and my son-in-law says that the fence is going to be 7 feet high. This where we're fencing off two parts where she easily can get through, because there's one part where she can see their dog, and it makes her want to go play with them. So we'll put a wall there too. Okay, all right. Yeah, so he's coming over, so I need to get, and we're working on it today. So I need to get this, and the neighbor acts like he's pissed off that I have a stack of pallets sitting there. And I've been trimming the branches and the trees and cutting down the dead brush and raking all the refuse out of there. And he's acting like he's pissed that I'm doing that I'm cleaning the mess up. His problem. Peace out. One love. Ja love. Hang loose. Y'all be safe. Bye.